Pandemic child. A life-threatening mistake. The phone rang. James picked it up. "Hello? I've warned you never to call this number again," he barked. A young girl, Tina, sobbed on the other end. "I am not responsible for the pregnancy," James shouted. "I've told you over and over I don't want this to continue. Stop calling me." The argument continued. "What do you want me to do?" Tina pleaded. "How am I supposed to face this alone? We did this together." James hung up. Tina stood by her window, overwhelmed with confusion and despair. She continued to cry. "My God, what have I done? Who will help me?" Meanwhile, James scoffed, thinking to himself, "She just wants to trap me because she knows my father is rich. I won't let her hang this on me. I'll never take responsibility for a child that doesn't belong to me." A few months passed. Tina's pregnancy was showing and people started asking who the father was. She could barely feed herself, let alone think about raising a child. Her heart sank every time she thought about the upcoming hospital bills, the costs of caring for a baby, and her utter isolation. Her friends and family had turned their backs on her. She felt like an outcast in her own home. Night after night she lay awake, tormented by the reality she faced alone. "What a terrible mistake I've made," she sobbed to herself. With no support, she often thought about ending it all. Yet a small voice within reminded her, the child in your womb could be someone great someday, maybe even a leader. This hope kept her going. At 7 months pregnant, Tina decided to take up a job at a small cafe to save some money for her and her child. She worked there serving drinks and food, enduring the pain and hiding her suffering behind a forced smile. Some customers asked, "Are you all right, young lady?" She would reply, "Yes, I'm fine," too ashamed to reveal her struggles. As she worked, memories of James haunted her. She remembered how they met during the pandemic in 2020, the laughter, food, drinks, and the thrill of being carefree. She remembered cooking for him, almost naked in his kitchen, feeling free and happy. Now, those same memories brought her pain and regret. Her boss would sometimes ask, "Tina, are you okay?" She would quickly wipe her tears and say, "Yes, sir, I'm fine." By the time she reached 8 months, the burden was almost unbearable. One night she found herself dialing James's number, unsure of what to expect. After several rings, he answered. "Who's this?" he asked. "It's me, Tina," she replied, crying softly. "Why are you calling me?" he snapped. "We had a fling, that's it. I have a fiancé. You know that. I don't want any trouble between me and her. We were stuck together during the lockdown and we both needed company, but that was all." James's fiancée, Merlin, was the daughter of a wealthy politician and held significant influence. Though rude and demanding, she was seen as a valuable partner for James's future. His family, who depended on Merlin's father, fully supported the relationship. When James confided in Merlin about Tina, she shrugged and offered him 2 million naira to settle the problem, so it wouldn't interfere with their plans. Grateful, James accepted her offer. The next morning, James called Tina. Surprised to see his number, Tina hesitated but eventually answered. "Hello." "Where are you?" James asked. "I'm at work," she replied. "I'm coming to see you." Tina was working when James arrived. Startled, she greeted him. "Tina, how are you?" he asked. "If you really care, you can see for yourself," she replied, struggling to hide her resentment. "Listen, I have a proposal," he said, taking a seat. "I'll give you 2 million naira. Take it, and we both forget this ever happened." After some thought, Tina accepted the money, realizing it could help her and her child move forward. She quit her job that day, thanked her boss, and started making preparations for the birth of her baby. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for full story and more beautiful African tales.